What is going on, guys? Horizon here. Have you ever had this happen to you? Or this? And what about this? The point I am trying to make is that some of the things that happen in this game can be the most tilting things on the face of the planet. But does getting better at this game actually make you tilt more easily? Let's find out. Low-level gameplay. A simpler time. Back in a day where we had no idea what we were doing. There are times I wish I could rewind the clock and go back to when I didn't want to throw my controller during every game. But what happened? When did we go from the happy-go-lucky player to the tilt-a-whirl we are today? Before we jump into that, let's briefly talk about the most common reasons Rocket League players tilt. As much as we may try to not blame our teammates for losses, it's hard to stop ourselves from getting frustrated when a teammate misses an open shot or an easy save, when we need them to come through the most. Although, I'm sure they're even more tilted than we are. You're up 4-0, with only a minute left, and then you watch in horror as the lead evaporates. But, hey! You still have a chance in overtime, right? Except you forget that this is your luck, and you lose due to a kickoff goal 4 seconds into OT. Yeah, there's not much else to say about this one. You're in a tie game that is coming down to the wire. You have a shot set up that you are going to bang into the top corner. You line it up to perfection and take the shot. You think to yourself, yes, this is when we win. Then disaster strikes. Not only does the other team get the save, but they pinch it off their own post and into your net. Right as the clock hits 0. Don't you love when you lose and there was absolutely nothing you could do to stop it? You remember when I was talking about your teammate missing an open shot or an easy save earlier? Well, if it is tilting when you have to watch someone else make a mistake, it is even more tilting when you make the mistake yourself, and there is no one to blame but you. Now, these are incredibly tilting, no matter what rank you are. But one of these things becomes more tilting as you move up the ranks. By far, the thing that is the most tilting to higher ranked players is your own personal mistakes. Now, this does not apply as much to higher Grand Champs or Supersonic Legends, as that gameplay relies a lot more on outplays rather than mistakes. However, for high champ and low grand champ players, I can think of few things more infuriating than your own mistakes. When you are at that rank, the understanding of the game is at a high level. The problem is that there is a lack of consistency in the ability to read the game. And speaking from experience, this can lead to very painful mistakes. That is not to say that people at this rank are bad at reading the game, as they are significantly better than most of the player base. But these slight inconsistencies is one of the big things that separate the higher ranks, and it is one of the most tilting things on the face of the planet. When you are a low-level player and you make a mistake, you might not think a whole lot about it, because you might not know any better. When you start to understand the game more, you know what you need to do to be successful. But when you know that, you start to see every little mistake you make. And it can be so mentally taxing to keep having to ask yourself, how could I have done that? And how could I have been so stupid? I feel like a lot of the mistakes that come from champ games are from simple misreads. Whether it be misreading a bounce, misreading what your teammates or opponents are trying to do, or just being slow to make a read in general. All of these things cause too many mistakes to keep track of. Once you see how the play actually works out, you know immediately what you could have done to put yourself in a better position. That's the tilting part, knowing what you should have done after the fact, but not knowing in the moment. The annoying thing is there is no way to get better at this other than just playing the game. You can spend hours in free play and training packs fine-tuning your mechanics, but those can only take you so far. If you struggle to read the game to perfection, you will be hard-pressed to ever push into the top tier of players. Those are just my thoughts in what I think is the most tilting thing to higher ranked players. Whether you agree with me or believe something else is more tilting, I'd love to have a discussion down in the comments below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. See you later, guys.